It seems that anime these days has no shortage of overpowered characters. At all. I mean, let's be real. Pick up a random isekai adaptation and chances are you'll find an OP character that's a variation of a template. In spite of that, non-light novels also have their fair share of overpowered characters, and we'll mostly focus on them for this installment of ViniiTube's 2019 Rewind. Take note that the characters here are considered OP in relation to their show's universe, so don't go expecting here that everyone would be able to go one-on-one with Goku or something. Then again, some of them might just have what it takes. So despite what I just said, we're beginning this list with our one and only isekai entry. Who better to open up the list than the poster boy of quite possibly 2019's most polarizing and meme-worthy show, Ari Fioretta. They say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and no one embodies that better than Hajime Nagumo. Blessed with transmutation powers once thought to be sucky in combat, he gets betrayed by his classmate and falls down to his doom. Or so everybody thought. Putting his creativity and resourcefulness to good use, he fights, eats, and claws his way out of the Orcus labyrinth, coming out a monster of the abyss, far more powerful than everyone in the show. Seriously, after his initial struggles in the first arc, everything became a cakewalk for our edgy Naofumi Kaneki fusion. Throwing hordes of monsters doesn't work at all, and after the first arc, he acquires a magical toolbox that allows him to store his numerous crafted tools for every situation. Humvees, motorcycles, sniper rifles, miniguns, pile drivers, magical artifacts, you name it. Coming off an impressive recent outing is Gorgon from FGO Babylonia. Wow, the Avenger class is really made up of overpowered beings. Despite Ushi Wakamaru and Leonidas' best efforts, they failed to even bring the mighty Gorgon down to even a critical condition. Even two back-to-back noble phantasms that cost the servants their lives were in vain, as Gorgon tanked everything without a sweat. Truly a fitting performance for a video game boss and the ultimate enemy of the arc. You thought the gap between the demonic beasts and the goddess is big? Well, how about the gap between this serpent god and the rest of the characters? Insurmountable and immeasurable. You'd wonder what could possibly stop Gorgon's rampage had she gone all out in attacking Uruk. To be fair, we have yet to see Gorgon fight Gilgamesh, but given her performance, I don't really like our Golden Boy's chances. Up next is our newest threat in the My Hero Academia anime, Overhaul. Is it a coincidence that we're still at the third entry but already have two masters over matter on the list? Smart people would know that control over matter and form is one of the most broken abilities around, and My Hero fans need to look no further from the remorseless Overhaul. The latest and the greatest threat of the post-All Might worlds as strong as he seems. Given a quirk that allows his full command of matter, he can choose to kill people by disassembling them, as well as healing people through the same method. Worst of all, he can even merge his body with others, gaining access to other quirks. In terms of pure strength, Overhaul may not be MHA Universe's strongest villain, however, he certainly makes a case for being one of the most dangerous ones out there. Facing him, no one and nowhere is safe, as even the environment becomes the villain's deadly weapon. The mighty captain and father of Thorfinns made a name for himself in the world of Vinland Saga. A professional mercenary and unrepentant killer, Thors is a mighty warrior who gives up his life in order to live in peace, along with a vow to stop killing. Despite his newfound pacifism, Thors remains a powerful fighter. Given his strength and skill with combat, even fighting bare-handed doesn't seem to be a handicap. Even unarmed, he's able to easily take on Askalad's mercenaries. Even more amazing is that he did so without killing anyone when he has the capability to do so. It's no exaggeration to call Thors the world's best warrior as far as Vinland Saga is concerned. I mean, even Torkel admitted Thors was much stronger than him. No one can even get close to his level past and present. Moonwalking his way into the list is Muzan at number 6. All jokes aside, can we sit back and appreciate Muzan for a bit? What we're looking at here is the ancestor and origin of all demons that have been hounding humanity for years. All it takes for him to start spitting out demons in order to avoid showing his hand for generations is a scratch. One thing that Demon Slayer does really well is establishing the pecking order between humans and demons. Slayers are typically above regular demons, but even the pillars find themselves having more difficulties against the elite demons known as Upper Moons. Now imagine how strong Muzan, their creator, really is. The reason Muzan isn't higher on the list is because we've yet to see much of him in combat. Killing off the lower moons is one thing, but wait till you see the total package once the anime inevitably catches up to the manga. Nigh invulnerability, insane regeneration, evolving abilities, adaptability, and more. You have to read ahead to find out what Muzan's really capable of. Humanity's strongest soldier makes a long-awaited appearance on the list. Ever since Season 1 of Attack on Titan, badassness seems to ooze out of Levi. He's not called humanity's strongest soldier for nothing, and this latest season of Attack on Titan cements that. Not to take credit from the rest of the Survey Corps, but if we're going to go by showing in straight-up combat, Levi's by far the strongest and most overpowered among the humans. He's the only one able to defeat one of the big 3 Titans all by himself, technicalities aside. That's no little feat, and when you look at how he won his first fight against the Beast Titan, you can say that he's truly above the rest in terms of combat. It's not a fight against the Beast Titan, it's a showcase, an exhibition courtesy of everyone's favorite Titan Slayer. At number 4 is the newest menace to the seas, Kaido. We've already talked about Kaido in a previous video, and we all know what he's capable of. His scene of crashing into Kid Pirate's base set the tone really for a first appearance. However, how does he really stack with the overall power level of the One Piece universe? We've been given a million references to Kaido's superhuman strength, but with the dragon's arrival, we get our first look at his devil fruit powers. As impressive as Kaido's inhumanely huge human form is, his horned, fire-breathing self makes the pirate an even more enigmatic and dangerous being. It ain't pretty for our plucky hero, and he has a long way to go if he has any hope of finally one-upping the strongest creature in the world. Watching a couple of anime would have told you not to underestimate the unassuming boy with psychic powers. Despite looking derpy and spaced out, Mob's the most overpowered character in the show. He just needs the right trigger, and out comes the world-breaking powers sealed within this boy. The mere idea of his psychic powers flaring up brings fears of collateral damage, and that's not even taking into account his question mark percentage form, by far the most unstable and unpredictable amongst his multiple forms. It's telling that pretty much most of his early fights are curb stomps. It really makes you think that if only Mob has the green light to go all out on using his powers without emotions holding him back, he can easily stomp the competition around, easily. Even without refined techniques and all that, Mob just beats the competition through sheer power. In the universe of Mob Psycho 100, that's surely a recipe for the title of most OP character. Ever thought having a power that can manipulate life itself would be cool? Ever thought of how broken that would be? Well, 2019 had a treat for you in the form of Giorno Giovanna from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Giorno's Requiem stand spawned a lot of discussions and jokes due to how ridiculously overpowered it is. Who can blame the people though? How could you top the ability to revert the state of things? In its evolved form, Gold Experience gains the ability to create death loops and wipe off enemies' willpower. The JoJo universe is chock full of insane and crazy abilities. While none can match Gold Experience in the brokenness department, the existence of so many wild powers makes Gold Experience not as overpowered as it could be in a vacuum. Thus, Giorno falls short on topping the list despite his powers.
必殺マジシリーズマジ反復横跳び
2019 saw the second season of One Punch Man, and right off the bat, the top player on an overpowered character list was cemented. Like the old days, Saitama still and will always be the most overpowered character in his universe. Who else can solve problems and defeat villains with just one punch? To be honest, nothing much needs to be said about him. Saitama will always be Saitama, and with it comes the very convenient ability to destroy everything in his path with his signature attack. Even with all the other broken abilities by his fellow heroes, I don't think that anyone and anything can match the hilarious simplicity and ease of how Saitama makes short work of all of his foes. The race to becoming the most OP character of 2019 was over just as soon as it began. And there we have the top 10 most overpowered characters in 2019. So you think anyone among them can go toe-to-toe with the classic overpowered characters in anime? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that one. If you like the content this week, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you can get the latest updates. Trust me when I say that we have a lot of things coming your way and you're not going to want to miss them. I'll see you next time on ViniiTube.